Hey, it's Chris again. Um, Back to the matter is parenting just isn't easy. There's going to be days that are really rewarding, and there's going to be days where, I don't know, you might cry yourself to sleep wondering if you're doing the right thing. Uh, Usually you are. Everybody has to learn as they go. Parenting just, well, it's the toughest and most rewarding thing you're ever going to do, and that's true. Um, I like to say that for a long time, if you're a parent, especially a single parent, there's the one, two, threes. You know, your number one is, you gotta have your child. Number one, if you're a single parent. Two is your health. Three is your career. Because without two and three, you can't take care of one. And there's that status, and that's my way of thinking because, well, nobody ever stopped to let me know in the beginning that mom and dad are one, child is two. If mom and dad are good, child's always good. Uh, Nobody really explained that to me, and in the beginning when my daughter was young, her mother and I just didn't have that. We put the children first, or for any matter, I was young and playing, you name a sport, I was playing it, and could have been a better father. That's my, burden, I guess. That's what I have to get past. My daughter loves me. I think, I've done a pretty good job by her, but there was days where I could have been better. I was young. I was really young, and when it comes to all the kids, I devote as much time as I can now, and have for years. But in the beginning, I was 20 something years old, and you make mistakes. And as parents, mom and dad should have been one, and then the kids are always good. Um, Now, where I'm at now, my wife and I are one, and we talk about what's best for the kids, the grandkid, and that's how things are. We always, we don't see eye to eye, but we talk it out. We, make decisions based on what's best for our family. Sorry, I'm playing with the AC. It's getting hot in here. So let me change this. Yeah, but getting back to it, you do what you can. You make your mistakes, and somewhere along the line, you realize as you're raising your child that it truly takes a village. You got grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles that they all have their input, and they all have their stamp that they put on your child. Whether your child realizes it or not, they pick certain things up. I watch my granddaughter, and she follows me around. She wants to be where I'm at. She wants to pick up on little things, and it's fun for me because I'm grandpa. I'm not 24-hour a day mom or dad. I get to teach her as we go, and I get to spoil her. So that's kind of a nice thing. But that's the glory of that. I'm kind of rambling. I'm all over the place. But I watch my children as they get older, and I watch our daughter Brooke as she navigates the waters, raising Penelope to the best that she can. The number one thing she has going for her is her love for her daughter. And that's where it begins. I mean, she's recently single, and, Penelope is loved on both sides. This kid's going to be spoiled every Christmas. And don't kid yourself. Kids realize it at a pretty young age that, hey, now we have multiple homes to go to for Christmas and holidays and birthdays, and the gifts just keep on coming. And kids go that route. They're pretty resilient. And as on the other side of it, as a single parent, there's going to be days that are extremely hard where you're just trying to connect, trying to figure out what can I do next, what can I go do with my child, what's going to be the greatest thing. And when it comes down to it, the child just wants to be around you. It took me a long time to learn that when I became a single dad. With my son, we'd grab a ball, we'd play. Didn't matter. With my daughter, I struggled sometimes to relate, trying to figure out what was going to make her happy, what was she into. And at the end of it, she just wanted to be around me. There was times where she was bored and said that she wanted to do other things, but she really just wanted to be around. She enjoyed coming to my house, and my friends would be around. We would barbecue. We would do nothing. We would sit around, and she would help me cook. I always was looking at different things, trying to make arts and crafts, and when she was younger. And that worked out pretty well. And I read a few books and, a few little tips here and there. And it all helps. But in the end, they just want your time. They really, really want your time, and they thrive on it. They thrive on some structure. They thrive on a little discipline, no matter how mad they get and stomp off, or, how big the struggle is trying to get them to eat vegetables, or whatever the case may be. In the end, they really, really thrive on your time, and it's worth it. It's definitely, definitely worth it. I've got a good friend, Matt, that told me one time when my daughter was about 12, he said, your child's going to break your heart 1,000 times, but don't take it personal, because they're young, they don't know what they're saying, and within an hour, maybe a week, it doesn't matter, you're going to get that I love you, Daddy, or I love you, Mommy, whatever the case may be. And he was right. When my daughter was 12, she crushed me. Within an hour, she's calling me going, Daddy, I'm sorry, I love you. Can Mom bring me back over? Yeah, of course. And I'm trying to hold it together like I wasn't hurt at all. But yeah, I'm sniveling, and don't take it personal. The kids just don't know any better. There's a lot that I'm gonna say that reflects back and forth on my time with my daughter, being a single dad, and all the little experiences that I learned from my mom, my dad, my friends, my aunt, my uncle. I learned a lot, and now I'm still learning from my wife. My wife teaches me, and our kids are grown. And my wife is still teaching me things about being a better father, being a better grandfather. And I like to think we're teaching each other, and it works out. One thing that I learned, and this is for all the especially single dads out there, however the structure is, whether you have your child every other weekend, I had my daughter one day a week and every other weekend. And one of the things I read that was really neat was, when they're not with you, make an effort to call, text, write, whatever the case may be. When my daughter was around 10, I found these postcards, and they had all these different fairies that she really liked. And I ordered a bunch of them. And so I would write out these postcards to where she got one when she wasn't with me. Sometimes she'd come home to her mom's house from my house, and there'd be one waiting there because I had mailed them already. Just little notes, little things, whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to share. We did a lot of things like that, and it really helped keep us tight. Now my daughter's grown, she's in Tennessee, and she'll come across something funny, something sarcastic especially, and she'll call me, or I'll call her, and it's just one of those things we have. She'll send me a text message out of the blue, and it's just a tight bond. My son and I, we still have a bond. We don't have that tight relationship that we had. I don't know if it got hurt when I got remarried or what the case may be, but at the end of conversations, which are far and few between, he still says, I love you, Pop. And so, I feel like that I had impact on his life, and you know, he doesn't owe me anything. I'm not his biological father, stepdad, and that's just another story. And like I said, I'm gonna bounce all over the place, and I don't know if I'm telling myself, if I'm telling my children, or who's listening to this, but these are just my dad thoughts. And you know, children are the greatest, and they're probably the greatest teacher too, without even knowing it. You're going to learn so much about yourself as you raise a child. That's all I got for today. I mean, that was a lot. So, hope you enjoyed. Hope there was something in there. And yeah, there may be another one tomorrow.